Howdy folks, and welcome back to Reading Held Hostage. My name's Blue and I love to read.
My name's Justin and I do not like to read.
You don't like to read so much that this is the second podcast we're recording today.
Yeah.
Because that's how much you don't like to read. But
yeah.
we got to get ready for this baby to get here.
I'm so excited for this podcast. And I'm really excited for our baby.
You are really excited for the baby. You got to say it for serious because it's really now's the time you decide to play with your mic.
Yeah, I just wanted to play with my mic real quick.
Oh,
if that's fine.
Perfect. But I guess, we just recorded the first one, or the first part of this book, which is, what is this one? The Fate of 10, earlier this afternoon. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you remember about it.
Aliens are taking over New York and a lot of the major cities. Beijing's getting flattened. Boy. They're gonna Independence Day that bitch.
Yeah. And 6 is like, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna get the Anubis. I'm gonna punch the sun.
I'm gonna punch a sun.
And John's like, okay. And that's where we're at right now.
All right.
Okay. The rest of this book, I know I said last time that I thought the morning episode we did today was, or last week, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, was gonna be
For y'all,
was gonna be short, but it ended up being a full hour. So, in my opinion, this moves fast, but
I hope this one's not an hour.
Well, it might. Okay, I can't control the weather, Jackie.
Oh yeah.
I can't control the length of the podcast, Jackie.
You can.
Well, not really. All right, so we're at chapter 13, halfway through the book.
Yeah.
It's 6's POV.
Mm-hmm.
She's ready to fight, and so is Marina. They're going to fight the Anubis. They're going to punch the sun.
Hell yeah, baby.
And Adam's like, big brain, and he's like, are we really considering this?
Are you dumb?
Like, this is not going to stop him.
Are you dumb?
3 teenagers. Like... And Marina and Adam get into a really serious fight to, like, where Marina's like, you're a fucking monster. And 6 separates them, and she's like, Adam, if anything goes wrong, like, we'll run. And he's like, I really don't think that Marina's going to do that. Is a way of being cute?
No,
Just this whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they're like, okay, cool, so, like, what's the fucking plan then? What do you think their plan is?
So right now, they're gonna walk up to a battleship and punch it.
They're gonna punch the sun, yeah.
And now they're gonna not do that?
No. So their plan is... Okay. So they're like thinking, Ra's gonna have to come down here.
No.
Down to the sanctuary.
Not really.
So their plan is they're gonna head in the Anubis. They're gonna sneak on in there, rescue Ella, and steal the ship. Okay? Are you following?
How many motherfuckers are on this ship?
On the ship, at least 100. It's a skeleton crew right now because it just took over New York. So
and
maybe
that's... And they're just gonna fly away with it?
There's 3 of them. I'm not understanding your problem, Justin. Oh, and Ra. So...
And this is all on betting he comes down.
Yes. And I wrote a big old thing. I was like, honestly, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. I was like, it's 3 teenagers who I guess have magic powers. None of them really know, except for 6, how to shoot a gun.
Yes.
Against a literal army of trained soldiers with weapons of mass destruction. They don't know what extra weapons could be on here.
Yeah. Also, they have other ships.
Yeah.
They could shoot down that ship. Because,
they could just stand up there and
3 kids can't run that ship.
Yeah. And so, stop it, Stinky. So I'm like, this warship is the oldest. On this warship is the oldest and most powerful being from their knowledge in the universe, Ra. Yeah. But because this place is magical and Marina was like raised in a nunnery, like they have to fix it. Oh, and possibly maybe one more magic teenager, John, will join them with some American army people, which, let's be honest, could probably just be National Guard, And they're not exactly, like, combat ready. I mean, they are, but, like, not really. Like, not this ready.
Not ready for aliens.
No.
Yeah.
And again, they can't access the warship. Because it's got
Dude,
a
you
force
need
field.
the fucking SEALs. Like, you need every special forces that this planet has. And they're just like,
But 3 teenagers can do it.
we're gonna do it and we're gonna
Stop
fly
it,
it
Stink.
and stuff.
And Adam's like, he's like, I've always wanted to drive one of the warships.
Yeah.
He's never been on one.
Do you know
He doesn't know if he can.
most large ships
Require multiple pilots.
aren't even controlled by the control room?
Yeah.
Like, they get their, like, the engine room gets the orders, and, like,
Either way,
most of them control the rudder, or, like...
yeah, there's
then
multiple
you have,
different moving pieces.
Turbines, like, on the sides of the ship.
It's not just like, I'm the captain.
And that's just for water boats,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, just I've been watching a lot of NCIS.
Not
lately.
space boats.
Yeah, like, who knows how... You're gonna tell me one Mogadorian is the one controlling this thing?
Yeah, he's the only one who has any general... Like, he's the only one who's been on a ship.
And barely, like, he was maybe on the ship for, what, 6 or 7 years before he, like, got to Earth and they lived on Earth
Yeah.
to assimilate. It's crazy. Anyways, Adam takes the force field things out of all the ships. Then they arrange them around the sanctuary and rig them with explosives to hopefully just, like, get the first wave. So they're expecting multiple waves, and they still think the 3 of them can handle this. They then...
So, wait. They're not using the force fields as force fields.
No, they're taking them out so they can put them onto other ships. Like the thing in the ship that allows the skimmer to go into the warship.
Okay, they're taking
the part out.
the code thing,
Yeah.
and then they're making the skimmers bombs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So then they're like, okay, cool. That's trap number 1.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah,
Honestly,
overall.
Like, the whole general, like,
Idea
what
of
you're
we're gonna sit
doing
there and fight
is
them, yeah.
bad. Mm-hmm. But that's a pretty good idea.
Well, okay, so, like, the next one is, like, let's make the door harder to get into. It's one door.
Yeah, barricade that bitch.
So, yeah, well, they cave it in. Yeah, so there's rocks everywhere.
Yeah.
Again, they all have telekinesis, so it's not, like, a big deal, but it'll slow them down a bit.
Yeah. Wait, the Mogadorians have telekinesis?
Just raw.
Okay.
Also, during this time, Adam and Marino, like...
Do they kiss?
No, but then, what do you think the next thing they do? What?
So, okay, wait.
So they've got bombs.
They're in, like, a Mayan pyramid, right?
Yes, a temple. Mm-hmm.
They have the ships that are bombs on the outside.
Yeah, kind of like encircling
They
the
have
temple.
the codes to themselves to get in through the force field.
Yep.
And they collapsed the door into... Mm-hmm. Were Mayan pyramids hollow?
I don't believe they were. I'm actually not quite sure. Not something they taught us in school. But, yeah, so one more trap.
One more trap.
What do you... And it is so stupid. What do you think they do?
They flood the pyramid?
They dig a hole. They dig a big hole. So Ra will fall down into the hole and get trapped in the hole.
Do they think it's fucking Scooby-Doo? The motherfucker can definitely fly.
Yeah, like what?
Or jump high enough to get out of
Also,
any hole.
His like average form and his nasty grossness is 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
He can go up to 20 feet tall.
So he could just step out.
So, well, it's a really big hole, Justin. It's like 30 feet deep. Did you even think
I
of that?
can reach a third of my height above me.
Justin,
So
it's
I'd
a
be
deep
able
hole.
to and I can jump.
It's a widowy a big hole. Okay? Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And it can't even be that, like, big diameter-wise. Because, like, the pyramid's only so fucking big.
Yeah. Well, they just put this hole in front of the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not like a moat or anything.
No, the doorway is only so big.
Yeah.
So they can only make the diameter of this. So he doesn't even need to grow to full size. He just needs to grow to where he can crawl on the sides of the wall.
Yeah.
Out, like shimmy up.
Or just use his telekinesis. It's a dumb plan. They're children.
Even if he doesn't use any of his powers, staying at a 8-foot tall superhuman strength,
I mean, just put him in a hole.
he could fucking wall jump out of that bitch like Mario.
Hole. Big hole. Also, they have, max 12 hours to get shit together? It's a 30-foot hole, even with...
Do they at least put fucking spikes in it?
No.
Everybody knows.
It has spikes in a hole.
If you dig a hole to trap someone, you put sticks in it and you shit on the sticks.
We didn't do the shitting on the sticks part, but when we were kids, next to the fireplace at my cousin's house, we dug a pretty big hole for kids. It was probably up to my knee as a kid.
Yeah.
Which was hard enough, let alone a 30-foot hole. And we put sticks at the bottom there. People fell in.
Ow.
They didn't get hurt. They weren't sharpened or anything.
Yeah.
And, they were, tiny sticks. We were dumb kids.
Yeah.
But I had the same plan when I was 6 that these guys are having now.
Well, 6 is having the idea.
Yes. Anyways.
How do they brainstorm that? And Adam's like, yeah.
Well, Adam uses his seismic shock ability
To make the
that
hole.
he can't control to break up the sediment. And then they telekinesis some of the dirt out.
So he could have brought the whole fucking pyramid down on them.
He cannot control his seismic ability.
Because, if the pyramid's hollow, it can fall.
Yes. Yeah, I'm on your side. Okay, so as they're building this hole, they see a ship. But it's not a Mogadorian ship. And it's coming right at them. And 6 recognizes it as actually the ship that brought them to Earth.
Okay, here's a fun thing.
More hole facts.
Here's a fun thing. If you type in, are the Mayan pyramids, or are the Mayan
are they real?
No, the first one. What do you think the first one is?
I thought it would be, are they real?
Really? Okay. If you type in, are the Mayan the first, what is it? Mm-hmm. Suggested search is, are the Mayan pyramids hollow?
Are they?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep talking. So, 6 recognizes this ship as the ship that brought them to Earth from Lorianne. And she's like, well, John said he was sending Sarah, Mark, and somebody else, so this must be them. And the ship lands. Sarah, Mark, and BK come out, and they have a little reunion. And, when they head in the ship, they see this very dark-skinned woman named Lexa. Honestly, what a fucking stupid name.
Yeah.
For this, Laura, what do you got? Are they hollow?
So they have a little room at the top of them.
Okay.
But besides that, they are pyramids built on smaller pyramids. So it's all, solid.
Okay. Now we know.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only reason...
they're just in the little room on the top of the pyramid, or it's
there's a
in
door
the
at
book,
the
is it
bottom
hollow?
to get in.
Okay, so in the book it's hollow.
In the book, the door takes them to a different plane of existence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the only reason I think the name Lexa's dumb as fuck is because all the adults we've heard about from the past, from Lorianne, have had L names, and I'm like, stop. Literally stop. But, yes, Lexa is from Lorianne.
It's like everybody having an E name.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, tone it down.
Ethan.
Is that the only...
Elizabeth.
Oh, there you go. I was like, is that it? But she's not a Sapon. She was a woman who worked for Ella's rich dad. And they came to Earth with another woman named Zofia, whose brother was the driver of the guards' ship.
Yeah.
And, basically, Lexa was like, I didn't fit into the 2 sections of the society, so I became a hacker.
Oh, a real outcast.
Alpha.
A real alpha.
Eventually she was hired
Real alpha move.
Real alpha move. By Ella's dad to fix up his magic ship. And then she came to Earth with Creighton, Ella, Zofia, and the Sapons.
Yeah.
Lexa's like, I worked from afar, doing internet stuff, to help you guys, deleting things as I could, going from there. But eventually, like, Zofia went in search of her brother, the other captain, and was never heard from again. They kind of insinuate, in my opinion, lesbians.
I have no fucking clue what just happened.
Try to explain to me what you think just happened.
A lesbian hacker's helping them?
Okay, so this
and
ship...
I have no idea who the hacker is.
Sarah, Mark, and BK show up in a Lorik ship.
Okay.
Lexa is the driver of the ship.
Who's that?
Lexa is a new character.
New character. Okay.
Yes.
New character with Sam and...
No, Mark and Sarah.
Mark and Sarah.
Yeah.
Shows up with a lesbian in a ship.
The other lesbian's dead. Lex is the lesbian.
I'm saying... So, Sarah and Mark show up with a lesbian.
Yes.
In a Moog ship. In the lesbian...
In a Lorik ship.
In a Lorik ship.
In the ship that brought the guard to Earth. The
one in 51?
What?
I thought that was the one in Area 51.
No. This is a different one. This is the ship that brought them to Earth.
Okay.
Yes.
So, they show up.
Yeah.
The human that is a lesbian.
She's not a human. She's a Lorik.
She's a... What?
She's from Lorien. She came on the ship with Ella, Zofia, the other lesbian, and Creighton.
Oh, so Ella's ship had two other people on it?
Two other full-grown adults.
Okay. Mm-hmm. One of them's dead.
Yep. Lex is here.
Mm-hmm. And she's been a hacker for the last 16 years?
10 years. Hacker voice, yeah.
10 years.
Trying to help from afar. You're right. You're on track. You got it? So now there's more characters here.
Why, though? Why would she...
But remember...
Why is now the time she would start helping?
You know, that's what actually... Six and Marina get really mad at her. They're like, what the fuck? And she's like, I literally, like, what else would I have done?
Showed up with the fucking ship!
When?
Anytime!
They all just together. They didn't have a meet and greet.
The five burned into the ground.
That's a good point. Yeah, that would have been a good point. Yeah.
The fucking terrorist attack news.
Yeah.
This is a widespread...
It all happened within, like,
thing.
2 weeks, though, and she was already working with Mark and Sarah at that point.
Then why did she show up as soon as Mark and Sarah were like, hey?
I don't know. No. She didn't want to die, probably. All the adults around them die. Would it make you feel any better that it's been 20 minutes and we've only talked about the first 2 chapters?
Oh my god.
In this section. Okay.
I hate this book.
Oh, we're going to keep going. They go over a plan and all begrudgingly agree to stay. Because remember, Sarah and Mark are there now. And Lexa.
See, that's the thing where it's like... You're obviously writing book after book.
Yeah.
Like, you write one book, and then you're like, okay,
immediately to the next one.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Not, you write a book and plan out the plot of the series.
Yeah. Or
and
do
then
that
edit
first.
the first book.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Then come back round. Go from there. Good to go. All right.
Because this is how plot holes happen. That's why...
You're so mad that Lexa's showing up.
Avatar...
Yeah, the Nomads.
...has no... The first one has no plot holes because they wrote the whole series and then started.
Not Avatar the Blue People, Avatar the Last Airbender.
Yeah. Avatar Blue People has a lot of plot holes.
I have a lot to say about that one. I could do 3 hours worth of a podcast about just that one. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You gonna cool off?
No.
Because it's just gonna get worse. Yeah. So, obviously, like, Mark and Sarah, they aren't showing any signs of legacies. And they're like, okay, cool, where's John? We expected another magic teenager. We've just got 2 humans and Lorik who can't do anything but fly a ship, which is valuable.
Valid.
And Sarah's like, yeah, I talked to him. He can't come. He can't come.
Who can't come?
John can't join them in Mexico.
What the fuck is he doing?
Well, they're like, also, John can't come. John's got the 5 situation to deal with.
Oh, he needs to get
5 and 9.
Okay.
And so they're like, cool, well, at least we've got the army. And Sarah's like, so crazy story.
No.
You also don't have the army because they don't know. They're deciding how to play. How the military, American military is going to play into this. Yeah,
they're not just going to jump into a conflict.
Yeah, and Lexa takes this time to hook up, like, one of the force field code box things to the Lorik ship so that they could possibly get past the warship force field.
Okay.
The thing they stole from the skimmer. Okay.
Yep, they have the codes.
Those pause was just and I just stand. I'm like, you're getting it? It's coming?
Yeah, it's just... Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't know if it'll work 100%, so, like, let's try not to run into the ship and explode and die. And then, like, they're kind of... They're digging their hole still. Everybody's participating in the whole thing. And then Six and Marina hear Ella's voice in her head. And she's like... Why the fuck are you guys still there? You have to leave. John was supposed to warn you. And they were like, yeah, he totally did, but don't worry, we're here to help. And Ella's like, if you do not leave, you will die.
Where's Walker?
Walker's in New York with John.
Because that's...
She's the only one thinking straight.
She's the only one thinking straight. One, she's an adult. Mm-hmm. Big one. Big one.
Yeah.
And... she probably has battle strategy training.
You know what?
Because she's with the fucking CIA.
FBI, but still, I agree. And you know what? You know, we were talking Hunger Games smack earlier. How you don't love Hunger Games.
Yeah.
But at least the writing of the Hunger Games, I think Susan Collins is a really good writer.
Yes.
In my opinion. And the way she writes it.
My biggest problem with Hunger Games is that it's cringe as shit.
Of course, I totally get that. And my thing about Susan Collins is she writes it from Katniss's perspective. Yeah. Katniss is clearly a teenager.
Yes.
In books 1 and 2, she is a teenager. She's a teenager with PTSD. And then she's a teenager in the 3rd book.
And acts like it.
And acts like it the whole time.
Yep.
And it's clear. And it's not like you have to be at some points like, what the hell?
Why would she do that?
At all points, she's a teenager.
Dumb teen.
And of course, we did talk about why did she do that. Yeah. And the answer is she's a teenager. And it's clearly written that she's a teenager.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to Hunger Games, don't go back. We explained it all.
Yeah, pretty much. And in these books, they're like, well, no, they're like grown. And it's like, they're fucking not.
They're not.
Where is an adult? And then this bitch Lexa shows up.
Yeah.
As an adult, she's probably 35 to 45. Yeah. And still lets the teens do what they're going to do. Because she feels bad about not being there. Okay, anyways. Ella's like, you're gonna die. Or somebody's gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. And they're like, that's crazy. We're still not gonna run. We dug a big hole.
They're like, hey, we're gonna kill God. Literally. And then their bud's like, hey, if you try to kill God, you're gonna die. Mm-hmm. You're gonna actually die if you try to kill God. And they're like,
I bet we can still do it.
Will I, though?
Will I? I mean, this whole time Six is kind of like, maybe we should run. But Marina's like, no, we have to protect Sanctuary. And so Ella's like...
what did she say?
You know what she says. Don't play with me. We've only finished 3 chapters so far. It's been 23 minutes. So Ella's like, no, seriously, you have to fucking go. Like, Raw's 5 minutes out. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to rescue you. And Ella's like, leave. She's like, Raw gave me the gross scoop. I cannot control my own body.
Also, she can see the fucking future.
Yeah. And they don't know that yet, but still. Like, go.
She can see the fucking future. Yeah. Be like, hey, guys. New Legacy just dropped. I can see the future. Get the fuck out of there.
Well, I wrote, like, they choose to ignore Ella's warning despite her being like, you literally will not be able to save me. Yes. And decide that they're just going to grab Ella and try to take the Anubis still, which is what the ship is called. Cool. So they hide, and they're like, we are so ready for this. And in their, like, head, the last thing they hear is, like, you should have run. And remember what their whole plan, the hole in the bombs was riding on? Sweet.
I don't...
Raw coming down. You know what he does instead?
Not does that?
powers up the big cannon on the warship and blows Sanctuary up.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
And Marina's like, oh no, we gotta save it. Bitch, how? Bitch, how? And, you know.
Why would he not blow it up?
Why wouldn't he? Mark gets injured, Marina saves him, and then Six is hurt, and she's, like, slipping away. And she hears Ella say, like, I'm sorry. Insane.
I fucking hate this.
You ready?
I fucking hate this.
We go back to John now. Okay, so we're at John. They're like, Five was like, meet me at sundown at the Statue of Liberty for our gay little kiss. And John's like, we're not on Five's time, let's go early. And they do.
Good idea, though.
Yeah, like, fuck that, let's just go. If he's there, he's setting up a trap.
Yeah. Why would you play into his plans?
Yeah. As they leave, Daniela, the new Lork, or new human person with powers, pops up and is like, hey, my mom wasn't on the list. She's probably out and about. She's looking for her mom.
They have 9, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
9's with 5.
Okay.
And John's like, yeah, sure, you can join us. He's like, but FYI, this shit's, like, pretty wild. Like, he's, like, very clear. He's like, the guy we're meeting, terrible dude.
I'm so glad Sarah didn't get this talk.
Oh, my God, right. And, she goes with them. They get to
By kissing me, you will have to stop the apocalypse.
Widowy, you have to stop the apocalypse.
If you kiss me, you literally have to stop the apocalypse.
So careful, Daniela. Ooh, ooh, don't kiss me, otherwise you're joining the fight.
Yep.
That would be John's, like...
Also, if you bully me and didn't have a redemption arc, you gotta stop the apocalypse
Mark's
with me.
got a good redemption arc, I think, personally. Yeah. I think he comes around. Where was I? So they go to the Statue of Liberty. 5 is fucked up. He's in his silver, his, like, metal outfit of...
His skin.
Yes. His clothes are almost completely destroyed.
I was gonna say that.
What?
Is this, like, dick out, or...?
No. I mean, maybe, but they didn't write that.
They didn't say it explicitly.
He's been, like, fighting with 9 for, like, 24 straight hours.
Yeah. It's surprising either of them are wearing clothes anymore.
And he looks like he's been fighting for 20... Like, his face in his metal form is swollen.
Cool.
There are dents in his head, and he's clearly, like, in pain.
Yeah.
Like, he can't breathe right. And Five's like, OMG, thank you so much for coming. And even his voice is wrong. Like, when he talks, John's like, something is really wrong. But he sees 9, also in terrible shape. Yeah. Wrapped around in some chain. And 5's like, here you go. I don't want him. Like, please, take him.
Yeah.
And then, John sees, like, a cut or something on his head. And 5's like, you absolutely need to heal him ASAP. Like, I fucked that guy up.
I beat the fucking shit out of him.
And so this is what we talked about last episode / earlier, that, like, I think John needs to read a fucking medical textbook. Yeah. Because he, like, gets in there and he can, like, feel the vibe. Yeah, the damage and the vibe. And you realize multiple skull fractures. His brain is swollen. Yeah. And there is just, like, a general cut. So he's like... Go ahead.
You were saying when they were fighting, it was, like, the scene of Invincible of him holding him in front of him and flying through buildings.
100%. Yeah, they were not easy. They were not...
throwing him through buildings and...
I mean, they were not taking it easy on each other with zero regard for anybody around them. Yeah. Like, it was not good. Yeah. So, yeah, the fact that John heals his, like, brain boo-boo, 9 wakes up pretty quickly and goes, I got him, man, and then quickly becomes unconscious.
Got him.
Pretty much. That's exactly what happens.
Got him, dude.
And John's like, okay, cool, so, like, he's probably...
he is beatable now.
He is,
if John needs to beat him, he is beatable.
Yeah. I mean, they got it, like... Yeah. But... Again, like, the brain stuff. So, 5's like, cool, super glad you did that. I've got no play in this. He's like, I'm fucking done.
He was just beating the shit out, like, trying to kill me for the last 24 hours.
Trying to survive.
I want to go home.
Yeah, and he's like, but, hey, John, hey, girly, I've got a situation. Yeah. And he takes off his shirt, and there's a metal pole sticking through his chest.
Cool.
All the way through. And he's like, yeah. So, crazy. In his metal form, 9 managed to
stab him through
with a sign, a pole
sign.
Thank you. And he's like, John can just see from, like, the positioning. He's like,
That's
obviously
straight through his
hitting a
heart.
lung.
Yeah.
Hitting his heart, probably, straight through his spine.
Yeah.
And Five's like, yeah, so...
Could you heal me?
Well, no, he's like, crazy thing. My life's going to be in your hands. Like, when he hit me with that pole, my instincts kicked in. My insides are metal right now. He's like, I'm really cold, dude.
Yeah.
And he's, like, talking like that. Like, he's just delirious.
Yeah. He's in shock.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't hold this forever. So you get to make the choice if I live or die.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna die by myself.
Yeah. If you don't save me, I'm gonna die.
So your choice. And instantly turns back into flesh. And starts to die.
Yeah.
And I love this because I was like, this is
I would give him some time to make up his mind, actually.
I like this because it's a good moment from Five where John's like, he can't look at things so black and white.
Yeah.
Your thought process was, Five killed somebody.
Yeah.
Therefore, Five needs to be punished. Five's currently being punished. Is he gonna let it happen?
Yeah. This is the shades of gray.
Yeah. Shockingly, he doesn't. You know, like, John kind of grabs him and, like, heals what he can, but he can't telekinetically, like, get rid of the thing.
The pole.
And he knows that he can't, like, push it really fast or that
Yeah.
it's going to cause an issue.
Just rip it out of him.
Mm-hmm. And so he's like, Sam, can you use your telekinetic powers to push the sign out of him very slowly?
Cool.
And Sam goes, no.
Nice.
Yeah. No, he should die. He's gotten himself into this mess. He's betrayed us. I don't think we should put our energy into healing him, because then we're going to have to look after him.
If you want to save him, you can save him.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Daniela pops in and is like, I'll do it.
Same thing that Five did. He's like, if you want to, you can do.
Yeah. I'm not taking part in
it.
it.
You do you.
Which, again, I like that because Sam has always been on John's side. 100%. To the point where it's like, stop.
Also, it is and would be fucking savage to just watch him die.
Literally.
Like,
And
if John was like, yeah, he should probably die, insane to just watch him die.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Sam just being like, I'll watch him die, I don't care.
And it's not like, from the positioning of where they say it, it's in his lungs, through his spine, hitting his heart. So it's like right here. I'm pointing at myself. But can you imagine the, like, pain and suffering you would go through? Because it hits your lungs, which means you have a minute or two.
Yeah.
To breathe out and suffocate and then choke on your own blood.
Yeah,
Spine, you can't move.
I mean, he's probably drowning already.
Yeah. But Daniela pushes the sign out very slowly, and her and John work together through this process, and he does end up healing Five, who, again, is instantly passed out because he's so exhausted from 24 hours of street fighting.
Yeah.
John still ties him up more symbolically with some rope because they can't use chains, they can't use handcuffs, like, they won't do anything.
Yeah.
And John, like, looks around for the like, steel and rubber balls he knows he carries around.
Yeah.
Which are in his eye.
Scoop?
Yeah, he removes those. And even Walker's like, oh, gross. And at this point, Nine wakes up and he's like, damn, I worked really hard to put that sign through him. And John's like, are you mad? And Nine's like, no, you gotta do what you gotta do. But Nine's like, I will kill Five if I get the opportunity again.
I mean, like, yeah, you saved him, but, like, it is on site.
Yeah, it's on fucking site.
So, probably keep us away from each other, because I will kill him.
Yeah. And John's like, well, like, you know, he heals Nine up, like, finishing touches on Nine.
Yeah.
And then he's like, cool, gotta go to Mexico.
Yeah.
And then John's like, hey, Walker, like, do you guys have a prison we can pop him in, like, something comfortable? And Walker's like, yeah, absolutely.
Do you know it'd be really cool if he got implants that he could use?
That would be cool. Or, like, a tattoo with metal shavings in it, or something like that.
Or just, like, piercings.
Yeah.
Like, piercings with different, like, materials.
Yeah.
So,
especially...
like a, flame-resistant one. Like, yeah.
That would be cool. But they're 16, Justin, no tattoos.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, piercings. Okay. Walker then tries to make arrangements to get them to Mexico when all of the sudden the submarine... I told you there's a submarine in the river.
Yeah. Do you ever... This... sidetrack.
I see
Do you
that.
ever, like, watch something where someone has superpowers and you're like, I could use those way better?
Oh, 100... I feel that this entire book.
Yeah.
Like...
It's like you're not even...
You're not grasping.
It's not the... It's the lack of creativity.
Honestly, skill issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Play D&D.
Speaking of D&D, believe it or not, good
Okay.
segue, sweets. We didn't even practice that, guys. So like I said, the submarine...
Actually, all these podcasts are scripted.
100%. The submarine flies over them, and out of the water comes this big-ass beast. And it's like a moga beast. And Sam goes...
What's that have to do with D&D?
Just give me one single fucking second.
No.
It's my next sentence.
No.
And Sam is like, oh, it's the Taraske from D&D. I don't know if I said that right, but...
Hey, also, Sam, it's not.
Well, look at the picture. Can you turn the computer so you can see the picture? You're going to pull my mic out. So that's
Okay.
what the beast looks like. Kinda.
Okay, so he's just like, yeah, that's the general shape.
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Yeah.
So... Then,
Just like if it looked like a bear, he'd be like, what the fuck, a bear?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's got nasty eyes. Its eyes are like blue, pulsing like one of their Lorelite pendants.
Cool.
And
Real Godzilla vibes.
real super cool. And as they're
Oh, we
like,
didn't even explain it. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I hate when that happens. Pull it back up. I got this.
You got it. I'm so ready to hear your descriptive words, my love.
Yeah.
If it would load.
Just go to the history.
Well, I knew it was the
Okay.
second I moved away. All right, get it going.
So it looks like a T-Rex with long arms and spikes all the way down its back with horns coming out from its lower jaw and looks like from its eyeballs.
Yeah, kind of from like its
Eyeballs pointed towards the snoot.
like its eyebrow location. Yeah, it's got like claws. In the book, it's got gorilla-like arms, which I don't like.
Gorilla the killer.
But yeah, it pretty much just looks like a T-Rex, but like aggressively less T-Rexy and more alien-y.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was very helpful because I hate when they describe things in the book and I'm like, I can't understand. But Sam's like, oh, it's this thing from D&D that you can look up.
Yeah.
Easy. Perfect.
Yeah.
So this beast is just like vibing. It's got nasty eyes. And I think I said they're like Loric pendants inside.
Mm-hmm. They're vibing.
Yeah.
Got the rave lights on.
Always. They start to fight before Sam passes out.
Just from telekinesis usage.
Then Daniela passes out. Then Nine passes out.
Okay, so
Something's happening.
something's happening.
Jarn
Jarn.
starts to get taken. John starts to get taken by the same thing. Basically, he watches like a blue vein of like Loric energy come out of the ground and try to grab him.
Cool.
He recognizes it as obviously Loric, but also Ella, because he's been in her mind. They're like vibing, those two.
Yeah,
They're sharing the same mind. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm literally fighting. And Ella's like, dude, literally chill. It'll take like a second.
What are we?
What do we? Calm down. All right, back to 6, our favorite. Again.
Wait, is she the one coming up with the ideas?
6? No. Well, yeah, but she wanted to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
And then now she's like, she's going to stay.
Yeah.
So, again, the sanctuary just got blown up because Rod didn't come
Yep. He didn't give a shit.
No. So I guess their hole worked because now they have a bigger hole.
Yeah.
6 is being healed.
Well, did the hole protect them at all?
Nope.
Being in it?
They weren't in the hole.
You've been digging the fucking hole the whole goddamn time and you couldn't be in the hole when the shit blows
They
up?
didn't know it was going to blow up. Marina's healing her and they're all like, shit, sanctuary has been destroyed. Wah, wah. And their whole gang, again. Lexa took the ship somewhere else.
So you got... Okay, wait.
Okay.
So before this, you had Lexa the lesbian.
Yeah.
You had Sam. No, you didn't have Sam. You had Mark and Sarah.
Yeah.
You have you have 6, Maria and
Adam.
Mm-hmm. Lex is gone.
Yeah, she took the ship somewhere to get it out of the way, thank God.
Okay, so there's 5 of them there.
Plus BK.
Plus BK, because we don't talk about BK.
No, we don't talk about BK. But he's helpful these next couple bits. But yes, so we have 2 humans who can shoot fairly well.
Yeah.
Adam, who's been fighting his whole life, or trained to.
He's more whatever, Morg, Hyde, whatever.
Mog hybrid, yeah. He's got 1 legacy.
Yeah, and a legacy. So he's military trained and has a legacy.
Yes. Then we have Marina, who's barely trained.
Who's lived in a nunnery.
Her whole life.
Maybe
got a week and a half of training, 2 weeks.
And a couple superpowers.
Arguably 2 pretty good ones on the healing and the ice.
Ice, okay.
So 6 is kind of the only badass here.
So, Adam.
Adam's a badass, but he doesn't know how to use it, because remember, he's, like, suppressing that part of him.
Okay. So, what's the power levels? So, we got 6, we got...
6 is the most powerful.
Maria or Adam?
I would say Adam next.
Okay.
And then Marina.
All right.
Her name's Marina.
Marina?
Yeah. You can keep saying Maria, I just wanted to let you know it's Marina.
Cool.
And then Marina, and then Mark and Sarah.
Okay.
And BK's there.
And BK. Where's BK on the power level?
Under 6.
Under 6?
He's been alive
since...
the
second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're working with.
So 6 doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
No, of course. Well, she's going to punch the sun and rescue Ella and drive the Anubis out of there.
So 6 doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
And she's the highest on the totem.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Are you ready? So this whole gang is hiding behind a log while shit's going down. They see the Anubis move.
Wait.
They were further out away from the blast radius.
So they weren't in the temple.
No. They were outside the temple.
Getting something, and it blows up.
They weren't vibing in the temple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were in the temple for protection.
No. They didn't really have, like, a central area they were vibing in.
Then why'd they set all the traps at the temple?
Because they thought Ra was going to get out and go into the temple.
Oh.
Yeah. He didn't. He blew
so
it
they
up
just
instead.
booby-trapped the temple. They didn't, like, barricade the temple.
Correct.
Okay. That's why I'm confused.
Well, joke's on you, because it's just going to get more confusing.
Cool.
So the Anubis is moving closer to the ground. Mogs are exiting. Again, there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Of the soldier types, no trueborns.
Yeah.
But still arguably pretty powerful. 6 is like, we have to attack
Still
now.
like 8-foot, super strong dudes.
Yeah. And
that are military trained.
Yes. 6 is like, we have to attack now.
On the power level, those dudes?
All above them.
All above 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
All 100 of them.
Uh-huh. Plus Ra, who we see.
But they've taken down soldiers before, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
so maybe...
Well, because they're powerful, but, like, they're not... I mean, they're clones. They're not, like, thinking. Like.
So it's, like... Probably a little bit under BK.
Yeah.
So BK and 6 are probably the only ones that could kill one alone.
Yeah, 6 and BK could probably take 2 to 3 alone.
Okay.
Each.
So they're still massively outnumbered.
Mm-hmm, significantly.
Because after them, no one can take one alone.
Mm-mm. I mean, Sarah and Mark can snipe them.
Adam?
I mean, Adam's power is so useless, the seismic shock thing. It just kind of throws people off their balance. Actually, he ends up cracking the earth open in this chapter, but...
Okay, so if they're all in a straight line...
He can get 20 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
With one move that they're not going to fall for again.
Mm-mm. 6 is like, we have to attack now, and Marina's like, yes, we do. And they get eyes on Ra and Ella, but Ella looks, like, wrong. Like, she looks Mogadorian. Like, she's had these augmentations now. Ra's giving his bad guy speech, and this big-ass machine... What?
Monologuing.
Yeah. And this big-ass machine starts to come out of the ship, and they decide...
Their bombs got blown up.
Not all of them.
Okay.
But
so
yeah.
Okay. So they basically unbooby-trapped the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah. So they decide the plan is to destroy the big machine, grab Ella, either grab the Anubis or head back to their new BFF Lexa and flee.
Okay. Why didn't they leave on the ship?
Ella. And they're protecting Sanctuary. I know. Again, and Ella was like, leave. Ella was like, you need to leave.
Oh, I fucking hate this book.
So they start fighting, which surprises Ra. Again, they're not used to like full frontal attacks.
Yeah.
However, the element of surprise does not last very long. And when they're out in the open, they gotta keep fighting. Ra turns this machine on, and the machine starts sucking up the entity.
Why are they out in the open?
I don't know.
Out in the open yourself.
Yep. When Marina sees the entity being sucked up, she goes ape shit, but like on the machine. So she starts attacking the machine, but Ra like grabs her and tosses her, and Adam saves her. But their legacies are gone because that's
That's Ra's thing.
So power level, all 0 now.
So they're all
lost their legacies.
under Sam, or not Sam.
They're right next to Mark and Sarah.
Mark and Sarah. No, Mark and Sarah are above them because they have guns.
That's true. And then during this, like, Adam goes crazy while Six tries to get Ella, who's just vibing, like she can't do anything.
It's like, are they super strong or anything, any of them?
I mean, they have, like, general more strength and speed than humans.
So they're, like, an Olympian.
Yeah, but, like, Marina has super speed.
Okay.
And 9 has super speed and super strength. Like, more.
Okay.
Like, there's a reason 9 was able to push a sign through a metal body.
Yeah.
Adam starts fighting Ra with a sword and, like, harms him. He hits him with the sword, which harms Ella.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, Adam, what the fuck? But Adam's like, I'm freeing us.
Yeah.
So he's going crazy on Ra.
Okay.
What? Yeah. Just wait. Just wait.
Okay.
It gets worse. 6 is still trying to save Ella until Adam gets his face smashed. Marina runs to heal him, again, without a healing legacy. And Ella takes this opportunity to use the little bit of strength she has left to Kobe herself into the well of Loric energy.
Okay.
Which disrupts the machine, making it explode. And then Ella's spit back out. And 6 hits Ra with a rock. And he bleeds. The charm's broken.
Ooh.
However, Ella's dead.
Is she dead?
Or is she the prank?
So she went into the
Yeah.
sun pit of Loric energy, got spat back out, presumably dead.
Well, actually dead. Marina's like next to her and is like, I cannot.
Actually
like,
dead.
No pulse.
And now they can hurt what's his face, but
Yes.
they don't have any powers.
They don't have anything, and they start to pass out.
And there's 100 dudes.
Yes, and they pass out. Ella.
I think we're not taking into account the 100 dudes as much as we should.
Definitely not. Ella's like, wow, holy crap, being dead is way better than how my body was feeling before.
Yeah.
Which is super sad because she's 12. She can see the fighting below in super slow motion. And then she has a gab with the entity who she names Legacy. She's like, I'm not calling you that. Like, your name's Legacy. Because she's 12.
Yeah.
And basically, like, she can see the net web of energy that Legacy has all over the earth.
Yeah.
And she gets to talk to it, and Legacy is like, hey, I'm just going to use you, like, your telepathic ability, like, you're going to go back to your body. So she's the prank.
I'm just going to use you, like, as a puppet.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, did you have any idea your telepathic ability was this good? And I was like, no. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And Legacy's like, don't worry, I'll show you, but we have to gather the others first.
Yeah, I didn't know that I could use telepathy dead.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was not dead. What do you mean, did I know? So then Legacy and Ella gather all the people who have been touched by the entity, so all the humans and Loric on Earth who have entity in them.
Yeah.
Even Ra.
The weird radiation.
Yes. Even Ra.
So they're giving Ra more superpowers?
No, but because he was previously Loric.
Yeah.
So he just has the entity already in him. And Legacy's like, y'all gotta watch this shit.
Yeah.
And it's the story of how Ra became Ra.
Oh.
What's your guess? It's typical bad guy.
he wanted more power as a noble whatever.
Yeah, I
He
mean...
got corrupted by whatever.
Yeah, he was best friends with the guy who eventually became Pittacus.
Yeah. Is that like a title?
Yes. So the title Pittacus Lore and
Is like
Cetricus
the king?
Ra. No, it's just like a name of one of the elders. The seat of the elder has that name.
So he became like Zeus.
Yeah, pretty much like one of the Olympians.
Yeah.
And Ra had always kind of been weird about how it's weird that Lorianne is split into guards and Sapon, and how they can't even, like, they couldn't intermingle. Like, there wasn't a lot of intermingling and mating between
It's
the
like
two.
weird how we have a caste system.
Yeah. Yeah, which I agree, but, like, it was working for them.
Well,
It was working for everyone but Ra,
for everyone?
allegedly. That's Ra's thing.
Because, you know, a caste system never works for
Yeah.
everyone.
But there are less guard than there are Sapon.
Yeah.
Was that Bruno?
That
taking
I've
such a
never
long-
heard of a system where a
Where
minority
everyone- yeah, right.
holds control over the majority.
Yeah. They realize, like, Ella is the perspective we're watching this story from, and she realizes this vision is happening over, like, thousands of years.
Also, I was talking about billionaires and not minorities.
We know. Well, I know.
I just wanted to make that
No, I
100% clear.
Eventually, Pittacus, the boy who was Pittacus and the boy who was Ra, became Cetricus Ra and Pittacus Lore.
Yeah.
Became elders. And Pittacus comes into Ra's, like, busted-ass house. His wife is part of the Sapon group. And she's like, he's been doing all kinds of experiments.
Yeah.
And Pittacus goes to where they are and finds Sapons who have abilities.
Yes.
But they look wrong. And Pittacus is like, what the fuck? Ra is mining Lorianne and using this to give them, like, basically he's saying we can control nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Or, like, we can use regular selection instead of natural selection, which is something we see far too often.
Yeah.
And this disgusts Pittacus, and he's like, stop being crazy and go home. Later, we see another elder talking to Pittacus, and they're, like, talking about how Ra is going to have to die. And Pittacus is like, let me do it. He's been my friend for years.
Yeah.
Which I'd be like, actually, not me. Not me, actually.
I'm actually going to sit up.
And they're like, cool, and this other elder hands him, like, a special rope that is, like, from a magic tree.
Cool.
That can't be healed by any legacies. And they turn it into a noose. And it's, like, sharps, like razor blades on the inside. It's not a fun toy. And this is where we also learn
Are they
that...
just doing Jesus?
Of course. It's always that. It all comes down to Jesus.
They're just doing Jesus again?
Except for, I would argue, Ra's a pretty bad guy.
He's Judas.
Judas, no.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna keep going. And this is where we learn that Pittacus has a legacy called Mimic, where he can mimic any legacy he sees or experiences. So he's able to use, like, the Drainan legacy that Ra has to put it on the rope.
He has the Sharingan.
What?
We're back to Naruto.
Oh my god, we can't go back to Naruto.
He's the copy ninja.
Okay.
He's Kakashi, the copy ninja.
Okay. I'm hearing you. I'm not retaining it. Pittacus goes to kill Ra, but ends up not, obviously, after trying to use the noose on him, which is how we get Ra's nasty purple scar. He banishes Ra, and much later in time in this vision, the Sapon wife lady shows back up with a Moog ship, and she's like, hey, Pittacus, what's up?
Wait.
Ra had a wife.
At this time, what was the relationship between Mogadorians and Lorianne?
Bad. It
Bad.
had always been bad.
Okay, so they didn't like each other from the get.
No, and it's more so, like, in the extent of, like, Lorian's like, we are the unity and sanctity of what every society should be. And Mogador's like, fuck off!
Fuck you!
And they're like, they're literally savages.
So it's like, a country that believes they're more well off enforcing their beliefs
familiar.
and lifestyles on another country.
Yeah. Except for Rob.
Planets.
What?
Planets.
Planets, yeah. Planets, that's what I meant. Except for Ra goes to Mogador. It's like, I rule you guys now.
Yeah.
They're like, okay.
They're just chill with it?
Well, he had already turned himself into a little bit of a Moog.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, I can help you with your breeding problem. They have breeding issues.
Okay.
Which is why there's so few trueborns.
Yo, I'm here to be your king. You want to fuck good?
Well, and then the Sapon lady's like, hey, like...
Who's the Sapon lady?
Ra's wife.
Okay.
And they have a daughter. And she's like, can you raise her? Because, like, even he didn't want his only kid being raised on Mogador.
Yeah.
And Ella recognizes this child as her grandmother.
Oh.
So Ra's wife is like, hey, Ra's gonna come back and fuck you guys up. And Pittacus is like, cool, we'll be ready.
So Ra takes her or no?
No, Pittacus takes the daughter
Of Ra.
Cedricus Ra, yeah. Who is Ella's grandmother.
Okay.
So Cedricus Ra is technically Ella's great-grandfather.
Okay.
Or great-grandfather. I don't know, man.
Grandfather.
Yeah. Ella's like, that's crazy. Why'd you show us that?
Yeah.
And Legacy's
Yo, that's
like,
fucking weird.
Okay, and Ella's and the entity's like, so you all know what's going on.
Yeah.
And she's like, or Legacy's like, now you'll meet. And we're at John. And go ahead.
So wait, is this vision happening like
Milliseconds. They're all passed out.
But to all the people touched?
Everybody who's touched by Lorianne. Kind of feels like she's picking a side.
I feel like they stole this from Attack on Titan.
Is that what happened in Attack on Titan?
Yeah, fucking...
How could they steal this from Attack on Titan? This was made in 2015.
Because it's a manga.
When did the manga come out?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Please don't Google that right
I'm going to Google it right now.
Okay, I'll Google it so I'll be quicker. But you have to keep talking.
Okay, so... Aaron... Or whatever. Kind of spoilers. So, yeah, if you don't want Attack on Titan spoilers, it's not the new season that I'm talking about, but it's like 2 seasons behind.
The series began in 2009.
Yeah.
The manga, with it ending in 2021. So probably not.
Yeah. It's just a weird coincidence. Whatever.
But the same thing happens
He
where Aaron
uses the
mind
founder
melds
power to mind meld with all the
people who have the gene.
What's her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Ymir. Ymir bloodline.
Yeah, so that same type of thing happens here. Although I feel like in this one, like Legacy, because remember the entity was like, I cannot choose sides. Like, it sucks that genocide happens, but I can't do anything.
Oh my god.
And Legacy's over here like, yo, watch this motherfucker be bad.
Switzerland is like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Like, yeah, give us the gold, but...
Yeah, but like, what else?
Like, I just need a little Nazi gold, it's fine.
That's all I need. Alright, back to John. He wakes up in a mental library with 9. They're still under whatever Ella's doing. And 9 is like, damn, Pittacus is a crybaby. I can't believe he didn't kill Ra.
Oh, baby bitch.
And John's like, it's not that easy to hold someone's life in your hands. And
you've done it.
Literally. John's like, we gotta get out of here. But 9's like, bro, I've been fighting for a full day. I'm tired.
I want to go to eat.
He's like, I'm gonna just chill. And 5 agrees with them. And so 9's like, whoa, what the fuck? Where'd 5 come from? And charges him. But he can't hit him. And then they hear, like, something say, there can be no violence here.
Cool.
And John sees Henri.
Henri?
9 sees Sandor, and we don't know who 5 is seeing, but 5 is pissed at whoever he's seeing.
So, they had a group meeting, and now they're breaking off into small groups?
Yeah, at least, like, the original Lorik people we know. So, Henri's like, hey, we gotta go meet the others. And he, like, walks them along the corridor into a new room. And before Henri disappears, Henri's like, hey, start with the ones you felt. It's easier that way. John's like, what the fuck? I do not know what you're talking about. And Henri's like, you will. Just as cryptic as you were in life, Henri. Just as fucking
Can
cryptic.
you fucking help me once?
Help me. Okay, back to 6.
Help me once, please.
I ask for so little. 6 is a little overwhelmed from what she just saw, and also the fact that her dead Sapon is walking her in this strange dream thing. And Adam is talking to the spirit of one, allegedly. And he's like, did I do the right thing trying to kill Raw/Ella? And this triggers Marina to be like, yo, yeah, actually, let's fucking talk about that. What the fuck was up with that? And Adam's like, listen, that's the first time I've ever seen Raw. Something came over me, and I was trying to free myself from him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to have to live with that forever.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought that was pretty good. Like, okay. They take this time to plan because they're unconscious. I was like, I love when battles have intermissions.
Wait, guys. Time out?
Yeah. So they plan that Marina...
This is D&D where they,
Literally.
like, you zoom out from being in the characters
Yeah.
to stop and be
They're
like,
guys,
what's our
5,
battle plan?
Yeah, 5, let's take a plan. So, they plan that Marina's going to take Adam out of the no legacy zone to heal his boo-boo face because his face is crushed. 6 is going to stay fighting Raw. And they're going to kill him. They're going to kill Raw. That's the plan. But Marina's a little bit like, guys, are you sure? And they're like, bitch! We're here because you wanted to stay! But 6 is kind of like, yes, I'm fucking sure. I'm killing that motherfucker today. Yeah. Like, 6 is in his zone now. They follow their dead people into a room, and it's a replica of the Elder's room from Lorianne. And Lexa's already sitting there like, hey, am I supposed to be here? But there's a map of where the Lorelite stones are, and the rest of them are, like, talking. And Marina's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like, we have to leave. We have to run. And 6 is like, you bitch, you're gonna listen to her now? I'm here to kill Raw. Like, that's what I'm doing. And as she says that, John and 9 walk in. And 9's like, yes, queen, kill Raw.
Do it.
They do a quick little recap on where everybody is and what's going on. And then Ella's there. And she's like, hey, guys, we gotta keep going. Like, we can't keep bitching for long. Yeah. I can't hold this for much longer. And then Raw shows up, but he's, like, mentally, like, chained. So, like, he can't see or hear anything, but he knows something's going on. And she's like...
He's there because he has to be, but they're not showing him anything.
They're like... Ella was like, it was him... it was everybody or nobody.
Yeah. The filter is not that accurate, so...
No. So, then Ella's like, cool, I'm gonna let everybody else in, and the rest of the people touched, like, the rest of the whole world touched by Lorianne is there.
Yeah.
And it's chaotic. John gives a welcome and join us speech that's actually not too bad. And he's all like, join us in New York. And they're like, how the fuck are we going to get to New York?
Again, big air nomad shit.
Yeah. But Ella's like, yeah, hey, like a lot of new Lorelite stones are appearing and you can travel to New York from any of them. You don't need the teleport legacy.
Yeah.
And then Rob breaks his mental chains and starts yelling. And they're released. But before 6 wakes up, she, like, gets up in Ra's face and is like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, she actually uses the F-bomb.
What the flick? You fucking can't say that. That's a fucking curse word.
And as they wake up, it's right back into the fight. Like, nothing missed.
Yeah.
She starts fighting Ra, like, fast and aggressively. With no legacy, she's got a sword.
From everybody else's point of view, they stopped for a second, and Ella went, I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Yeah, 6 did, yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting some good hits in. She's actually getting him bloodied up. But, he's not doing much, and he finally, like, kind of gets her in a spot, and BK comes and saves the day, and BK starts getting fucked up, and that's when Ella wakes up. So Ella was the prank. And BK gets Ella out of there as she's throwing up, like, this black goo that Ra put in her body.
Yeah.
Then Marina joins the fight. Sarah and Mark are still firing blaster fire.
So how many people are gonna die to get their Moog shit removed?
Right. Apparently 2. Although Adam didn't die, but he was really close. Ra's, like, actually injured, and he's, like, says, like, I'm not dying to children, and kicks it up a notch. Like, actually seems like he's fighting.
Yeah.
6 is hit. Sarah comes to rescue her. And this is where Theory Dunraw comes back in with the other Mogadorians, like the 100 she's leading them now. So they're more organized.
So the one they tied to a tree
is no longer tied to a tree. Are you shocked?
And is gonna kill them?
Well, actually, her like thing is protecting the beloved leader. But yeah.
Through killing him.
Yeah. No, because Ra's actually injured. They're like, she's like, we have to retreat.
Okay.
But before they do, Ra...
So still helping the big bad.
Yeah. Ra grabs Marina telekinetically and then just, like, fucking slams her into the ground, like, 10 times.
Radical.
So she's out.
Loki Hulk smashed him.
Yeah. She's out, though. Like, they know she's not dead because they didn't get, like, a scar.
Yeah.
But Mark's able to save her, but that's, like, their healer down. Ra's going back up to the Anubis. They're losing, and Six is with Sarah. Sarah refusing to leave her, and Six refusing to give up. She's like, I'm killing Ra.
That's the thing. You never have one medic.
Right. Well, they don't. They technically have John, but they split up. They split their medics up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know.
In a group, you never have one medic.
Mm-hmm. Something explodes, injuring Six and Sarah, and Six is able to plunge a bit of metal into his chest, and she's like, he has to be dead from that.
Yeah.
Because, again, she thinks her 16-year-old ass just killed this thousands-of-year-old Mogadorian.
Basically a god.
Yeah. And Sarah's like, we have to go. And they retreat.
They're fighting Tijanos right now.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. John, he's up, and the fight's still going on with that giant D&D monster. But he also realizes, like, shit, like, he's having this fucking, like, he's like, oh my god, I think I have the Zimic legacy. The Mimic one. He's like, because when I got my healing legacy, it was a time of great need, and I just did it. It's like, I have to have it. So he's, like, super fucking distracted.
Wait, guys, side quest.
Yeah, real quick. John is able to become invisible for a second, which kind of solidifies it for him. He does have this legacy. But, again, fight
use
is going
the metal armor one. Hey, dog, use the metal armor one.
Daniela wakes up from her little unconsciousness, and she's like, my head hurts. Like, something's wrong.
Ow.
And 9 begins attacking the monster, and 5 is up, and he's like, John, like, please free me. Like, I know what this monster is. It's literally called the Hunter. It has our pendants in its eyes, and it's going to kill us all and never stop. And so 5's like, please let me go. And John's like, no. And 5's like, I can get out of these ropes. I'm asking to show you that I have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And while they're arguing about this, Sam's like, fuck it, and releases 5. He's like, shut the fuck up, John. Like, I'm releasing, which is funny because Sam wanted him dead just a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, Sam's like, if he's going to kill it.
Might as well.
Sam has gone from, like, idiot kid to full practical.
Which is, thank God, finally.
Yes. And for just, like, I don't want him alive. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
But he's here, might as well use him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is it? 5's like, light me on fire. And then he flies straight into the eye of the monster, taking the pendant out, which is, like, super gross. Again, 2 eye things. Stop.
Yeah.
Nobody
set
likes
him on
eye
fire?
stuff. Yes, sets 5 on fire. I don't know how he survives. I don't know.
Wait, he survives?
Yeah. He asks John to set him on fire. Maybe
I thought he was suicide bombing this dude.
No, he's good. He's fine. John tries to heal Daniela, and while he's in there trying to heal her head, he realizes she's developing a new legacy. Huh. And then he realizes he can copy this new legacy because he's in there, like, seeing how it actually works. And so she opens her eyes, Medusa-ing the monster. Yes, she actually turns the fucking thing to stone. And John can use it too now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool power.
Yeah.
Can they snipe Raw with that?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because, like...
Yeah, because that would be great.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Because it's a range thing. Like, he can't turn off everybody powers
true.
in the world.
Yeah. And if we've got Ella alive now...
Yeah. So whose range is better? Figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, slowly walk towards the dude, trying to turn him to stone.
And you've got Ella back. Maybe use Ella to see how far Ella can make her stuff go. And use Ella as, like, the control. That's when Sam realizes John's like Pittacus, because this fight was the perfect opportunity to figure that out.
Yep.
Again, this book takes place in 24 hours, less than 24 hours.
So he's basically like, oh, my reborn enemy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, remember when John was like, I'm Pittacus, and Nine's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, John was right. He's like Pittacus. He's not Pittacus.
Well, if it's an assigned position.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Pittacus lore in that language literally means, like, the leader, pretty much.
Yeah. So he's just a god king.
Yes. Duh.
Okay.
The fight's over, and Walker comes around and is like, hey, President's on the line. He's changed his mind about supporting you as his eldest daughter just had a freaky weird vision, and you gave a speech in it. So the president's eldest daughter is
touched
by Lorianne.
No,
okay.
by...
I'm so out of breath.
Legacy, right?
Yeah, by the entity.
Okay.
So
it's either Legacy, Entity, or Lorianne.
Yeah, I call it Lorianne.
So it's all the same thing.
Yeah. But, okay, so you have one last chance to decide who's dying for real, because we've got one more chapter. Any ganders?
9.
No. John's phone goes off, and he knows that it's either Six or Sarah, so he answers it. He puts the president on hold, and when he answers it, it's Sarah who says...
Hold on, Mr. President. I need to talk to my best friend. What's up, sweetheart?
Except for Sarah goes, hey, shut up. I don't have much time.
She dies.
So, back to Six. Lexa's driving the ship as they're being chased. Marina, again, she's fucking conked. Like, she's out. Mark is, like, angrily shaking her, trying to get her to wake up to heal Sarah.
Yeah.
While Adam is, like, pulling Mark off of Marina so that they don't ruin her further.
Yeah.
And Ella's just crying in the corner while Six who is seriously injured, is next to Sarah.
Both of them dying.
Just Sarah, really. But yes,
Sarah
Six is injured.
And the healer's knocked out.
Sarah's not knocked out. The healer is knocked out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But Sarah's dying.
Sarah's bleeding profusely, and they have no way to save her. She saves Six, but obviously at the cost of her own life. And she has a very touching call with John, where she wishes, like, she had seen him one last time and all that, blah, blah, blah. I actually did cry when I read this part. Only because the part she's, like, dying.
They're BFFs.
Well, yeah, and then fucking BK comes over in his beagle form and licks her cheek. And she
That's
goes,
too much.
And she goes, BK is saying goodbye. And then she, like, gives a little chuckle, and then she's like, I love you, John, so much. And then she dies.
That is pretty sad. That is pretty fucking sad.
It's really sad, actually. So that's actually how we end the book, with Sarah's death.
Radical.
I told you this one took a couple crazy weird steps, didn't it?
Oh my god.
Did you expect Sarah to die at all?
No, not really.
I thought that was a really good plot twist. When I read this the first time, I have a video of myself reading this, actually, from like 2015 when this came out. And I was crying so hard at this that Gucci, my cat, is in the video trying to comfort me.
You showed me that video. Is that why you were crying in that video?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it was a Snapchat I sent to you.
This is like...
It's 2015. I'm like, why did my books do this to me?
This is one of Blue's favorite videos of her and her cat who was past her childhood cat.
Yeah, Gucci was the fucking...
And you're telling me this whole fucking time...
I'm reading this book.
You're reading this book and that's what's making you cry.
Yeah. Come on, the dog licking the cheek, bro. Come on, that's sad.
The dog licking the cheek, bro.
That's sad.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, it's bad, but that's it. And then we're done. We're with one more book, and John is not sane in the next one.
Oh.
Obviously, his girlfriend just died, but
yeah.
Whew, how are you feeling?
I'm tired.
I know, but we've got this. We're gonna pre-record. We're gonna finish the Lorianne Legacies.
I'm gonna
finally.
on the microphone somewhere.
I'd do it more, but I don't want to. If you've gotten this far, Justin, this was not another short episode.
No, it wasn't.
It's an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, God.
I thought it would be short. But Justin had a lot to say this episode, which is good. We're done. Follow us on TikTok. We're on YouTube. Leave us a review. I think that's all I can remember.
We didn't do that for the last episode.
Well, we talked about Palestine.
Yeah.
So.
Again, Palestine.
Same resources are.
Hey, hopefully by the time this is posted, it's like
the issue's no longer there.
Found. But still, these people's lives have been changed forever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Drastically and unjustly.
Even if you're listening to this like 5 years later.
Yeah, still.
Go check in. Go see how they're doing.
Hopefully okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully okay. My name's Blue and I love to read.
My name's Justin. I'm real tired.